There's always something when you go live, isn't it? Always fucking something.
I was like, oh, what did I miss?
Welcome everyone to another episode of the Roses Are Red podcast. Tonight's drink, for me is actually I'm having a glass of red wine because the story is it's one of those nights, and maybe a shot
Right.
of tequila throughout the night. So get
I'm not
ready.
there yet, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
She's and everybody, I don't think you know, but Bree had some emergencies. I don't know if you want to tell our audience what had happened, and this is why we had to take a couple months off because she was getting herself back together.
Yeah. Yeah, I suffered from a stroke, which I find out you can suffer at any age. I happen to be 50. I actually just turned 50 like the month before. And yeah, suffer from two strokes. But so I'm recovering from that. It's been since August 21st. So I'm still recovering. That's why it's a little dark. I'm not used to the lights yet, but I'm here. I'm getting back to it. We getting back to it. And
Mhm.
oh, this is live, right? Like, is this
Yes, this is actually live tonight. We
okay?
didn't do we
We
didn't do
live.
a re live. So,
Right.
um, so everybody, that's why we had to take a couple months off. But I wanted to make sure that first we, make sure Bree's healthy and back together, and that's the
Mhm.
main important thing.
Absolutely.
So we have another freaking case that, man, let me tell you, she pissed me off.
Mm-hmm.
She pissed me off, and let's get into it. This is a Mackenzie Strolla. Did I pronounce it correctly?
Yeah, yeah, I can't even say the name. Like, it's my mind's going blank.
Yeah,
But it's Mackenzie. I know that.
Mackenzie, and this case happened in July 31st of 2022,
Mm-hmm.
um, in Sugarville, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
Ohio. This was an Ohio case.
Yeah.
And this is a very big Netflix, documentary, and let me tell you, I've got notes for days, notes for days. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, um, and it's about 3 kids that have gone out, and oh, good morning. Hey, Kevin, how are you? Sorry for
Kevin, what's goody, Kevin?
thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming and, supporting, thank you. Um,
Absolutely.
Kevin said he's glad that you're recovering, Bree,
Appreciate you, Kevin.
so yeah, everybody was really worried on the, Clappy side. They were very, very
Mm-hmm.
worried about you, and that's where if you guys, have Clapper, you'll find Bree Talks over there, and I'll tell you before we end the live where you can find her 'cause she's got a lot of, podcasts that she does, and she's a busy, busy woman, so
Likewise. Likewise.
Um, so this young lady, I don't even know where to begin because my mind goes everywhere with this story. Everywhere. Like I'm just like, why? How come? What you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's a Netflix documentary, so if you have Netflix, please go check it out. It's called The Crash on Netflix. And read up. Please let us know afterwards what your thoughts are on it.
Mm-hmm.
But this happened July 31st of 2022. A vehicle racing through
Mm-hmm.
Strongerville, Ohio,
Mm-hmm.
within seconds, and a disturbing crash leaves 2 young men dead and teenagers. These were teenagers. We're not talking about adults. They haven't I believe they weren't even graduated high school yet from my understanding, correct?
Uh, the boyfriend was. He was, I think, a year older, and there was a younger kid, younger than him. She was young though. She was only 17. He was, I think, either a year or two older than her, but they were young. He had just moved out. I think he was like 18 or 19. He was young,
He
but
was
he was
young.
extremely intelligent. He put his money into crypto. Like, he was making money.
Absolutely, and he was a and it was a teenager driver, and the teenager who actually was the driver lived,
Mm-hmm.
um, and, so the other 2 passengers, they were in the back, 1 in the front on the passenger side. Those 2 had passed away. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and in those final moments, um, would become one of the most, uh, cases. that has gone on right now, and she is doing well, we haven't said who it is yet, who was the driver,
Mhm.
case in America. This is a big case here.
Mhm.
The victims were Dominic Russo and
Mhm.
Devon, and I
Mhm.
cannot pronounce his last name, and
Davion, it started with a F, I think.
yeah, Flanagan?
Flanagan. Yeah, Flanagan.
Flanagan. Um,
Mhm.
these 2 young men were taken too quickly, and
Mhm.
it's very sad, over something really stupid. This girl, Mackenzie, she was a big TikTok influencer. Um, to give you a little bit of background of her, she wanted to be famous. She wanted to be somebody, and at any cost, she would do anything just to get there. She ended up meeting with another young lady that helped her throughout her TikTok career, and she blew up. She became like this famous TikToker and influencer. Um,
Mhm.
I looked at her TikToks. I saw them. Why? I don't know. But then again, you've got like the Shardy Bays and all that in TikTok that become famous. Why I have
Mhm.
no idea why we watch what we watch and why they become so famous.
Mhm.
Am I missing anything from the recap here from the beginning?
No, so one of the things I learned, because I watched that plus other shows that had to do with her. I like watching different shows for the same case because it gives me different perspectives. Um, she was into TikTok. She became an influencer. Her boyfriend, like I said, he made money. He started to do the whole crypto thing and started to like branch out. He was extremely intelligent. Um, she was into fashion. And one of the things, and by the way, they were high school sweethearts. They met in school. And they were high school sweethearts, and everyone knew that they were together. Um, she had a reputation for liking the movie Mean Girls and gravitating towards Regina, who was the main mean girl in that movie. And if anyone has seen that movie, yeah, she was a pill. I'm gonna keep it like that. She was a pill, but she did a lot of things. Mackenzie did a lot of things to kind of resemble Regina. It was known that in school she was extremely revered. She had over 100 people following her from school. She had girls and guys just flocking to her because she was becoming a little bit more of an influencer on TikTok for fashion and clothing. Um, so yeah, I wanted to bring that up because her I think her personality plays a lot into this when you get to know someone and who they are, right? Behind the
Mhm.
camera, you start to see a different person. Some people want to portray what they want you to see in front of the camera, but behind the camera, they let the mask down. So I just think it shows a different side of her that she didn't show on TikTok.
Yeah, absolutely agree. I'm trying to pull it up here. Um, some of her TikTok videos of her because I think that also has a big important part on who she was and what her character was all about. Because
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, these are characters that they play, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're on a lot of social medias, this is something that happens. They're not. This isn't the real person in
Right.
real life.
Right.
Um, they play they play what we call, like I said, as a character,
Mm-hmm.
and let's see if I can find one that doesn't show her the actual story. Let me show you. This is what she looked like. Um,
She was extremely thin.
thin, but she was a very
Yeah,
pretty
she
young
was pretty.
lady.
She wasn't ugly. Like she was pretty, and I think that's probably what drew people to her
Mhm.
was that she was pretty. She was young. She was in high school. Um, you know, when the accident had occurred, though, she wasn't in high school. She had just graduated, and she
Let's
was
see.
living with her boyfriend, who had his own apartment at the time. So,
Let me see if I can share this here. Share screen. There we go. So this is her and her boyfriend.
mm-hmm,
Um, And they've been together for like over 5 years. They were together in
Mhm. Elementary school,
ele
junior high school.
yeah, so they were together
Mhm,
for a while. You know, let me
mhm,
see if I can pause it right. You know, she looked like she was a free-spirited, beautiful young
mhm,
lady. Um, did have a lot going for her. She really did.
mhm,
You know, I honestly think she really did have a lot going for her. I honestly think sometimes we make bad choices and bad decisions and unfortunately
mhm.
consequences happen. I honestly don't think that she learned anything from this. I mean, looking at the interviews that I saw, okay, I'm just going
Right.
based on interviews that I've seen, the documentary I saw. I just don't feel the remorse on her, that she feels, you know, at least saddened, and we'll get into why in a little bit. So this is her, that's her
Mhm,
boyfriend.
mhm,
Um, so she, you know, she's an outgoing, spirited person with her boyfriend. They love doing things. Their plan was one day to get married and,
mhm,
um, you know, and do things together and create a life together
mhm.
and stuff like that. So, um, after that, they had a group of friends that they were like unstoppable. They're, you know, the you know, the 4 or the 5 people, that the group of friends that they stuck together even after high school.
Right.
Um, they were together.
Mhm,
S so, they decide to go to a friend's house, and of course, she's never done, according to them, you know, a little bit of weed. She wasn't into heavy drugs. She wasn't a big heavy drinker.
mhm,
She seemed kinda responsible. She seemed
mhm,
kind of, you know,
mhm.
um, it didn't seem like anything she didn't seem like anything out of the ordinary a teenager wouldn't be into, if that
Right.
makes
And
sense.
they were both from like middle class families. They weren't raised in the they were from pretty decent families. I mean, they weren't rich, right? But they were in middle class America. Both of
Mhm.
them were raised in the same area, they went to the same school and everything like that. So it wasn't like I mean, she was 17 when this, you know what I mean? Like they had cars and driving and licenses and you know what I mean? Like they weren't from the suburb. They weren't from the city, they was from the suburbs.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
and, you know, and even, like, in the documentary, everything plays out in the beginning where everything was all kosher, it was beautiful, it was a beautiful love story, a beautiful friendships. Nobody knew really what was really going on behind the scenes, I guess I
Mhm.
should say, until after the accident happened. Um
Mhm,
on July 31st, they go over to a friend's house and they are all drinking,
mhm,
smoking some weed,
mhm.
um, which, you know, by the way, everybody please don't do that. Uh,
Right,
her, you know, or get behind the wheel after you do that.
right.
Um, they hits about probably about midnight, I would say, maybe a little bit
Mhm,
after midnight. They She decides that they want to leave, her and her boyfriend and her boyfriend's friend, their friend, and they all want to leave, and they
mhm,
leave, and in this time frame that they leave, uh you could see in the video camera in one of them that she does a sharp turn, not fast. It
mhm,
doesn't look like she was speeding to me at
mhm,
all. It But in the second camera that they have, it looked like she was just flying,
mhm,
and she lost control of the car when she wanted to turn on that corner,
mhm,
um, and hit a building.
mhm,
And in that building, the passenger and the passenger behind, uh, unfortunately passed away, and she
mhm,
survives.
mhm.
Um, Now they didn't find alcohol in her system.
No. Well, okay, so let me back up a little bit because like I said, I watched multiple things, and
Mhm.
there they showed the case, and so I was listening to some of the testimony in the case. She initially they went to a party, right? She met a
Yes.
girlfriend there, and everyone's cool and everything. Everybody kind of knew her as smoking weed, and everybody kind of smoked weed. I mean, let's be real, right? These are kids. But she asked them, and this is documented. She asked them if they ever trip. Now, for those that are in the drug environment or know what that means, when you ask somebody, do you like tripping? She had mushrooms with her. She had shrooms. And the person she asked happened to be a girlfriend. She said, "No, I don't do that, especially my mom's here." Because they were having a party. It was right around graduation for the following year after she had graduated already. It was like right after graduation, they were having parties. And she's like, "No, I'm not doing that. My mom's here." And she's like, "All right, well, we're going to go visit so and so." So they went to that party that you were saying. And yet again, she asked, "Oh, do you guys like tripping?" And they were like, "Nah, we're not doing that." She asked David, Dominic. He's like, "No, I'm not doing that." She asked the other guy, the one that was in the car with them. They're like, "No, I'm not doing it." So I say that because before they get into the car, Dom, her boyfriend, he actually sent 3 text messages at 3 o'clock in the morning. One was to his father that said, "I love you, I'll see you soon." One was to his mother, said, "I love you, Mom, I'll see you soon." And his brother, who idolized him, who was, believe, was either a year older or a year younger, but they were around the same age. "Don't worry, brother, I love you." So I brought that up because, just like you said, when you see them make the turn into the car. So Dom is the one with the glasses. That's her boyfriend. And Davion is the other gentleman with the blue shirt. They were friends. And Davion was known to fix Dom's car. It's kind of how they met. Um, so all 3 of them were in the car. But when you see the video of her turning right onto what is it called? It starts with a P. Progress, or something like that. What's the name of the street? And I can't remember. She turns. No big deal. The car doesn't sway. She puts the brake on, and she turns. And just like you said, Rose, you see another video, but now at this time, the car is well within the late, like hitting 98 to almost 100 miles an hour. So where she drove at was actually a where they have like a lot of buildings. I can't remember the name of it right now. They have a lot of buildings. Industrial park. It was an industrial park. They have a lot of buildings, and one of the buildings caught her going straight. Where she was driving to, there's like a dead end. It's a T-bone. You have to go left or you have to go right. Otherwise, you're going to hit at the very, very end. You see that little. So right here, she turns. And
So here's
you'll see. Yeah, you'll see. She turns. Not a big deal.
here she comes
You
right
know?
here.
Yeah,
She's
she brakes.
turning.
She put the signal light on. She still has control of the car. Not a big
Mhm.
deal. And she's down that street. And if you look, you'll see at the top left, you're gonna see the car, and bam, she hit the building. It was a T-bone right there because you have to go left or right. She kept going straight. She
Now,
went
like,
straight.
do you think that, um, I mean, they couldn't find anything mechanical wise on the car.
No,
They couldn't.
no, they couldn't. The car was in perfect condition. It's a good thing you brought that up because she has a newer car, right?
Mhm.
This car had what they call a black box. Within the black box, it tells you everything that the car did prior to impact.
So kind of
They
like
were
what they have on the airplanes, right? Because the
right.
airplanes have black
Yes.
boxes. Mhm.
They were able to determine with that black box that her foot was on the gas for over 4 seconds to the very tippy top of the gas pedal, where it hit 98 to almost 100 miles an hour before impact.
So,
So, yeah.
and we know for a fact that the 2 gentlemen in the car were not drivers, they were passengers. That's something we do know, that is
Mhm.
a fact. They were passengers. And Dominic, um, he was, he wasn't, too out there, you know what I mean? He wasn't like a crazy person to say,
No.
"Hey, let's go racing or let's go, because a lot of teenagers, they like to go motorcycle riding,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. Like the fast. I mean, I know when, back in my younger days, I loved racing motorcycles. I loved racing
Right.
cars. Like that was my thing. That was my jam.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so he wasn't. Neither of these two boys were. One of them was a little bit more, I believe it was Dominic. I think he was a little bit more outgoing, a little bit, his parents were telling, was it
Oh, Davian.
Davian? He was more, his parents were
Mm-hmm.
telling him, like, hey, lay off a little bit of the weed and the friends that you're hanging out with, be careful. But he still wasn't too crazy.
No, he was an adopted child.
Hmm.
Him and his siblings were adopted children. Um, he was like a regular kid, you know. He was playing, I believe, I know he was playing a sport. I believe it was football. Don't quote me on that, but he was playing a sport. He tore his knee. He no
Yes.
longer could play that sport. And
Football.
oh, it was football, right? Okay.
Yeah, football.
He tore his knee, so that dream of being an NFL player completely shattered. But he ended up being like a mentor for other kids. He ended up doing other things. And like any other kid, right? He liked having fun and meeting new people. And that's, the type of person he was. But he was not by any means were either one of these kids like they didn't get in trouble. There was no previous rap sheet for her or any of the boys. Not that I
Yeah.
was aware of.
No, and not what they even documented anything. So he wasn't like, I couldn't see in my head picturing them sitting in a car going, "Hey, race, go faster." I couldn't picture that.
Well, according to the court documentation, when they got into the car, Dom, her boyfriend, sat in the front passenger seat. He was a little tipsy, so he pulled the seat back a little bit more so that he can lounge. If anyone's from California, you know how they do. They lounge. The guys like to,
Yeah, they're like,
yeah,
arms all the way
lean
back.
back. Yeah, lean back, right? So he leaned back and Davian was in the back of him. Now the one of the things that I noticed and they kind of mentioned was neither one of the boys was wearing a seatbelt.
Oh.
So when the impact happened, and I'm not gonna go too much forward because we'll dive in, but when the impact happened, he was leaning back. When they found the car, which happened to be 45 minutes later, past when the impact happened. And the reason why they know that is because, as we showed, they actually saw the camera footage. And from the caller who called, who happened to be a motorcycle driver, he called like around 6:45, within 6 or 6 something. The impact from that video that you see happened at least 45 minutes prior to the call. So that's how they know. Originally they didn't know when the car was doing. When you look at the video and you see, because the police wore body cams and you can see like live footage, and the guy's like, oh, the engine's still hot, I'm not sure, I know it's within the 2 hours. Like they didn't know. But as the trial went and they got the footage and stuff, they realized that it was within the 45 minutes from the caller calling 911. But I say that because the gentleman in the back, Davion, he was found forward on top of Dominic. And one of the reasons is because he wasn't wearing his seatbelt. So he was they were like feet to face. So his feet was
Just
facing his face and the other guy's face was facing his feet. So that's how they found the boys.
just to kind of give you a picture of what the car looked like afterwards. See if
They
I
said it
can.
was the worst car crash they had ever seen. That the car looked like it had been literally sawn in half.
These are the two boys,
Yeah,
and that's her boyfriend.
yeah. Yeah, that's
Right.
Davian.
Davian getting ready. I mean, he was a
Hmm.
handsome young man, very handsome
Yeah,
young man.
yep, yep.
You know, let me see if I can. And
Yeah,
they
and there
were.
goes some friends. Oh,
Let me see if I can get.
yep. Yep. And
Oh,
now
just
it's
a
sister.
this is the sister.
Yeah,
She's the
that's his
sister.
sister. Yeah.
And she plays a very big important part at the very end of this
Mm-hmm.
whole thing in court. So she's doing the turn. Looks like she's fine. Doesn't look like she's doing
She was.
anything
She
out
was
of the ordinary.
alert enough to put the signal light. You saw the signal light go on, and then that's what the car looked like.
And that's wow. You know, I honestly think if he was sitting on the other side, he might have
Mhm.
survived.
Yep.
He might have survived if he was sitting right behind here in the very, very back.
Kind of, it's interesting because the only one wearing their seatbelt was her. She was the only one found to be able to have worn a seatbelt. Um, and there was some things during the crash that they stated
Jesus, look at
it
just
mangled.
crazy.
And I'll be honest, how she survived was sheer, like, the universe's power. She's smoking
Yeah.
a blunt right there on that one.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
it's the
well,
universe.
here, if you look at here, the impact really was on this side. See how this is all
Mm-hmm.
squeezed in? Okay, if you look on the other side, it's
Mm-hmm.
not as bad. So this part must have hit the wall more, took all the impact, which he wouldn't, I mean, if he would have survived, he might have been maybe paralyzed, I'm assuming, just because if you look at here, like there's just no way. There's no way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um,
well, they said when they found her, she was underneath the dashboard, but her foot was still on the accelerator.
and we'll get into this picture later because this is an
Yeah,
important,
it's
important role.
yeah,
What that's next.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, so far we've captured what happened in the beginning, where we're at.
At the very beginning, she crashed into the wall.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's still no uh there's still nothing stating that they were, because of the way that they were coming, they were driving, where
Hmm.
they're at, that alcohol or anything played a part.
Right, right. They didn't find alcohol in the car, but they did find drug paraphernalia for the weed.
Mhm.
And they did find the shrooms.
That's
So
right.
they found in her purse. So they found that. They weren't sure what played a part of what, right? Because at this point, when you watch it and you hear it, the boys were pronounced dead on the scene when the
Mhm.
guys got there. They were hoping and praying that everyone survived, and they were feeling their heartbeat and their pulse and all that. Finally, when paramedics got there, they pronounced the boys dead on the scene, dead at arrival, right? Or like
Mhm.
literally on scene. They found her though underneath the dashboard, severely um, bruised up, broken bones. She was in and out of consciousness. And they said it too. She was completely in and out. They thought she was dead. They literally thought all three kids were dead until one of the officers saw her shallow breathing and said, "Oh, she's breathing. She's unconscious, but she's breathing. I see it." And so they're like, "We got to get her out. We got." So they knew the other ones, unfortunately, were no longer with us. But with her, once they saw that she was breathing, their complete focus was on her and getting her out to save her life. Everything
Mhm.
else, the drugs, the shoes, whatever, that was irrelevant at the moment, which should have been, right?
And it
So,
showed no evidence of suicide. There was no evidence of
no,
any medical conditions where she could have had a seizure or something. None of that. Um, there
right.
was no proof of her doing this on purpose. Like I'm go, I'm
They're just
when one
not
of them is
looking.
gonna breaking. Yeah, like one
They're
of them.
just not looking at that. They're thinking, holy shit, because they could see the tire marks on the ground. Like she must have lost control. Somebody must have passed out. Or, you know what I mean? They were just, they had never seen a car so mangled like that before in any of their careers. And they were people on the side that was 15, 20 years in the force or in the medical field. They had never seen that before.
I've never seen that before. And I used to work for insurance companies back in the day, and litigations and stuff. And I've seen some horrible crashes, but I don't think I've seen something, or at least I've had a case like
Mm-hmm.
this when I worked with the insurance company. So this was pretty it was pretty
This was bad.
bad.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's no evidence of her like where she felt suicidal. She felt like they were breaking up, and people would say,
Mm-mm.
"Well, if you break up with me, this is gonna happen." Like none of that. They just look like happy kids.
Mm-hmm.
The friend even said when they left the house, like it was out of a surprise that they wanted to leave right away. He thought they were gonna spend the night,
Mm-hmm.
and out of the blue, they just they left.
Mm-hmm.
They just said, "Hey, we're going home. See you tomorrow." He thought Dominic was going to spend the night
Mm-hmm.
because he was going to help him fix his car or something the next day.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So that was also kind of interesting to see that. Hey, no, I'm going to go home. I'll be back
Mm-hmm.
early in the morning. I'm going to get a good sleep. But he was supposed to be back like within 5 hours or something like that. So it was
Right. Right. Mm-hmm.
pretty early in the morning. So that was also interesting. Very, very interesting to see that or hear that part,
Mm-hmm.
because I thought, well, maybe it was too loud because it really wasn't a house party. They were at a friend's,
Yeah.
maybe two other people were there, and that's it.
Yeah. And
Nobody
they
else.
knew these friends. These weren't new people. They were friends of theirs, like their own little cliques, so to say. They all knew each other. They partied with each other. They had a couple of drinks together. That's why I said, like, Dom was a little tipsy, so he just brought the seat back. Like, it was like a regular normal day. The only thing is, she went on that street that she had no business going on. It didn't connect to their house. It didn't connect to a street to their house. She had never taken that route before prior to this, so to say,
Mhm.
right? Quote.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put a quote there because it's a
allegedly.
lot more.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, right.
Sorry, our favorite word is allegedly.
Allegedly. She had never, like, so yeah, I don't it's interesting. It's interesting, but they brought her to the hospital and they really did whatever they could to save her life because, like you stated, they didn't really feel like there was any foul play. You know what I
Mm-mm.
mean? Like the
Well,
number
and there
one
was no
focus was to
evidence,
save her life at this moment.
and as much as I mean, they looked hard. Police looked hard. Um,
Hmm.
and they really looked hard to see if there was anything else that could have played a factor into this.
Hmm.
But there really wasn't.
Mm-mm.
There really, really wasn't. There wasn't. You couldn't blame alcohol. You couldn't blame the drug. There nothing. And I think after she came to, her realizing what had happened
Hmm.
and knowing, like, I'm kind of lost. I mean, I would be devastated. I would be, I try to put myself in her shoes. How would if this just happened? Like, I mean, I know even just a fender bender and having my kids in the car with a minor fender bender.
Hmm.
I remember that kind of, for days, like, I was like, "Man, your mind plays a lot of tricks on you." Like, I was like, "Man, my
Hmm.
kids could have really gotten hurt with this person who hit me from behind." You start thinking like 100 miles of things,
Hmm.
and in her case, I didn't see it.
Hmm.
No.
Mm-mm. I like I said, I saw a lot of things that had to do with this, and in none of them did I see any remorse. I saw a lot of lip service. He was the love of my life. We were gonna get married, yada yada yada. I loved him. He's my favorite. I'm wearing the bracelet he gave me because he was my best friend, and da 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 da. And her actions didn't meet her words. Her
No.
actions did not meet her words at all. Not an
No.
iota. Like, and I say this because I've seen a lot of cases where people are crying, right, over people that they've lost. And I'm sorry, but you can kind of tell who's really, really remorseful and who's not. You can kind of tell who's real and who's full of shit.
Mhm.
Like Susan Smith. How you gonna cry about your kids, but you ain't got no tears running from your eyes?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? You can tell. And that's pretty much what was going on with her. Like, you can tell.
No,
And a
just like
lot
the
of
story we did last Friday of, he just stood over the thing and he
So
was
nonchalant. There was
nonchalant.
calls that she made with her mom, with her friends in jail because she was arrested. Well, I'll wait. We'll get
Yeah.
there.
Um,
You're
um,
right. We'll get there.
and like I said, this story's on Netflix. Please, if you get a chance, go watch it on Netflix. It's not very long. It's about an hour and a half
Mm-hmm.
long, and it really details a lot of things. And let me tell you, I was pissed.
Mm-hmm.
I was really pissed.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things. So she was arrested after she came to. She was back to healthy. Then it goes to court. Now we're going to court. Now and this is the part where I got confused is and and I'm not too familiar on this. Like, okay, now that all this happens, right? You get into the car accident. Your two
Mm-hmm.
friends pass away. Um, what determines that now we're going to court and now you're going to go to jail? Like where because like I said, in this timeline, they're
Mm-hmm.
showing no evidence of alcoholism. They're showing no evidence of her being on drugs or
Mm-hmm.
um she was mentally not stable.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't show any of that. So this is where I got confused is where now how does the court
Mm-hmm.
determine that now okay, now you're going to jail?
Okay. So, like I said, I watch when we do things like this, I watch multiple shows because they always get you from different angles and they give you different perspectives. So, that was a great question because a couple of the ones that I watched, one of them happened to be the trial. So, this is how it went from it was a major accident. Oh my God, you're unfortunately, people passed, and we're glad you're here. To yeah, we're gonna arrest you during physical therapy. Reason being is number one, we spoke about the black box, right?
Mhm.
The black box in the car, where the car stated. Now, mind you, although she's still in the hospital, the officers still have to conduct an investigation. They didn't have the video at the time. They didn't have the black box at the time. When she was taken to the hospital, she had blood drawn, but they didn't take the toxicology yet because she was still recovered. They were still doing surgery and things like that, and they hadn't gotten a warrant for it yet. So there was a lot of mitigating factors that hadn't come into play yet. So at this point, they see her as a victim, as a lone survivor, but they still have to do their investigation. While they're doing their investigation, that's when they're finding the camera. And they're like, holy crap, she's going hella fast. Then they find the black box. Holy snap, her foot's on the pedal for over 4 seconds up until impact, right? They're
Yeah.
piecing everything together. Like I said, they found marijuana, they found shrooms. They try to get the toxicology report. However, the original toxicology report that was taken on her, for whatever reason, like I said, they weren't looking at her as a predator or anything like that, or someone who committed a crime. So the doctors deemed that it wasn't sufficient enough. They got rid of it prior to them getting a warrant for it. So they had to take more blood work. By the time they did that second blood work, whatever she had in her system was gone, whether it was reefa, whether it was shrooms, whether it was alcohol, it was gone already. So they
Well, yeah,
couldn't.
because you especially when you have an IV put in, that's flushing everything out.
Right,
I mean,
right.
an IV is like basically you're pumping your
Mm-hmm,
whole body up with water, and it's
mm-hmm.
basically it's like how they always say take cranberry juice to flush
Yeah,
everything what you want,
uh-huh.
or certain things, especially for people that have jobs and they need to flush. They smoke weed and they need to flush that out. They
Right.
say drink cranberry juice or whatever,
Yeah.
and it flushes out. Well, I mean, think about someone pumping 24/7 an IV full of liquid, and
Mm-hmm.
that's basically flushing everything out. I mean, your urine's gonna come out crystal clear white.
Right. And some of these, some of the stuff that she had taken within shrooms, they leave within a matter of hours, like 12 hours. Marijuana's 48 hours, depending on how much you smoke. Alcohol could be 24 to 40. So, like I said, by the time they got her, which was most likely, I believe it was in 5 to 7 days from when this happened, it was already out of her system.
Yeah.
It was already out of her system. It wasn't like she was using like other drugs that tend to stay in your system longer. These specific items don't stay in your system very long. They were able to see that she had marijuana in her system, but they couldn't tell if she had it the day of the accident. And that's the problem. Marijuana stays in your system for 31 days, but you can't tell when. When
Yeah.
was the last time she smoked unless you did it every day? And that's the problem. The toxicology report the day of was removed. So now, yes, here we are 5, 7 days later. We take another blood test. And yes, you do have marijuana, but guess what? We don't know when. We don't know how long. We just know you have it in your system. That's it. So that's how they were able to do it. Now, mind you, the coroner initially put both boys' death as accidental deaths due to a car accident. However, this is what I learned, and I didn't know at the time, that if the police officers or investigators can bring them some type of mitigating evidence that they didn't have before, such as the black box and the video and other things, to show that, this could have been intentional, they actually can reverse the cause of death, which would go
Oh.
from accidental to homicide. And that's what the coroner did. He
Oh,
was
I did
given
not
all
know
this
that.
other information saying, hey, there's more to this than what we thought. And that's when the coroner said, okay, this makes sense. Now, I want to say something too, because this is extremely important. In the video where you see the car driving into the wall, the black box at that moment shows that the car, okay, swerved to the left, swerved to the right, popped into neutral, and then hit the wall.
Let me see if I can bring this
Now,
up.
the problem with that is they ran a test on the car. And there was no mechanical malfunctions. What that means is when the car turned to the left and turned to the right and popped into neutral, someone did that. And what some
Wow.
of the people are saying is, and they don't know, but what some of the people are saying is it was one of the boys that tried to avoid hitting the wall. Now, the other thing, and I don't know if it says it in, I don't remember if it says it in what you watched, Rose, where the mother said that she had POTS. The girl,
No.
she had POTS syndrome, which causes you to sometimes black out behind the car. It's known that you can black out. And her mother and her defense attorney was saying that she had POTS syndrome. And what they think is that the reason why the car accelerated was she passed out behind the wheel, her foot hit the gas, and the boys realized that they were going fast and tried to maneuver the car, but it was too late and they hit the wall. That's what they're saying.
I could
Now,
see that.
and this goes back to what I was saying, right? There were certain things that I was like, oh, damn, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
It makes sense. The problem I have with that, and this is where the whole thing goes to the crapper for me, is 2 days before, 2 to 3 days, was it 2 to 3 days? 2 to 3 days before the accident, her cell phone and the car navigation pings her at the same location.
Oh, I didn't see
Before
that.
before the accident, her cell phone and her car show that she was at that street, at that location before the accident.
Oh.
Like I said before, she was never known to, the boys and her had never taken that street back home. her boyfriend. No one ever seen her. She's never spoken about that street. That street, unless you know it's there, you don't know it's there. It has no major housing next to it. It doesn't lead to a major road. It literally is an industrial area where it's a bunch of factories and buildings and stuff. So that's where it was like for me,
Huh.
oh, you got POTS, because I know someone who does, and unfortunately, she had her license removed because she does, unfortunately, can lose consciousness. Okay, you have POTS. Wow, that makes sense, right? Think about it. Your foot's on the gas, the car's swerving left and right, boom. It makes sense. You're not there. The boys see you. But explain to me, why are you there 3 days before the car accident?
That's interesting because no, I didn't see that.
Mm-hmm.
This is a video clip from from the documentary of Netflix, and
Yeah, I want to see
um
it. That's
let
the
me
video where
play.
she hits, right?
Yeah, and
Okay.
this is, I believe, the investigator that's talking.
Mhm.
My first thoughts, it was just chilling. If anybody was awake and alert inside that car, what a horrific last few seconds they endured. It was hard to comprehend that someone could just drive into a wall at that kind of speed. I looked back at the video of Mackenzie turning from Pearl Road onto Progress. It just didn't add up. It was not someone who's driving with the music loud, throwing beer cans out of the car. This turning was controlled and deliberate.
So I believe that was the he was the investigator, I believe, that was on this whole investigation.
Mm-hmm.
And right now that you just said that, that kind of changes a lot of things too. It's
And
like I said,
that's why it went from, oh, poor thing, you're a victim, to you have the right to remain silent. Because now you have other mitigating factors.
mhm.
I need you to explain that to me. I need you to explain to me how you had your foot on that gas pedal. I need you to explain to me why your car, not the camera, not the person, your car told me you went left, right, and in neutral. Anyone who drives a car, you have to physically move the gear shift to neutral, whether it's on the car, the steering wheel, or on the freaking on the board. You have to move it. It doesn't move itself unless it was malfunctioning, right? There was no malfunctioning. They didn't find it.
Well, and here's the thing, even throughout the whole thing, I mean, come on, at this point they already told you your friends have passed away. Um and you're showing, I mean, let me just show you a video, and this is just going to explain why I feel the way that I feel because
Exactly. Exactly.
let's see.
Yeah, that's her in the hospital.
Oh, there we go. Let me see if I can get the audio to go. All
There.
right, there we go.
I literally love you, Colin. Like, thank you for being there for me. Just means a lot. Like, I'm getting so much negativity and, like, I can't even fucking move. Like, I don't remember anything. Like, this is just the worst.
Oh,
And I
sorry.
just everyone's being so fucking mean. Like, I just went private and I'm trying to, like, not let anyone, think about this or talk about me, but it's like, people are being insane. It's just fucked up. I love you, Leah. Like, you're my fucking best friend. You will always be my best friend. Thank you. Thank you for praying for me. I love you so much. You can come visit me like tomorrow if you want or tonight. I just love you, Leah. Hi, Michaela. I love you so much. Have another surgery tomorrow. I've just been going through like slow fucking pain. Yeah, this shit just sucks and I'm so depressed right now. Like, I can't believe any of this happened to me. It's just like the worst thing ever, but yeah, thank you for praying and thinking of me. I love you.
Kinsey, I love you so much. Please, please get better. I'm praying for you every day. I'm gonna make Christian come take me up there tomorrow so I can come visit you. Kinsey, I love you so much. Please be strong. Please, I'm here for you. If you need anything, I'm here. If your mom needs anything, I'm here. If your dad, your sister, I'm here for everyone. I love you.
I love you, Alex. You're really one of my closest friends, and I love everything that comes out of your mouth. I just appreciate you for praying for me and being there for me, and I love you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I told you I got in a car accident. I've been in the hospital for like 5 days, and I'm like in serious fucking pain. Like, I like broke my ribs, my neck, my arm, and my leg, and my liver and kidney type shit. Like, I broke like all my shit. Like, you should see me right now. Like, I'm gonna send you a video. Like, this is like actually fucked up. Like, and like, I'll tell you more like tomorrow. Well, I'm sorry, Michaela. I don't even know what to think right now. I haven't even fully accepted what happened. It's just like fucked.
Yes, tatas.
Thank you for reaching out, Dax. I love you so much. You're literally like my older brother. I'm doing a little bit better. I'm just in like excruciating pain, and I just feel like so like shit. I don't even fucking know how to explain. I just feel like.
Oh yeah, her last name is Shirilla. It was
Do you
Mackenzie
see?
Shirilla.
And I don't remember. I believe that when she was in the hospital, if I'm not mistaken, the parents didn't tell her her boyfriend had passed yet, right?
No, she knew. They told her.
Oh, they did.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, they told her parents. Because like I said, I saw multiple, and I actually saw when the parents were told. The only one I didn't see is when Davian's parents were told, but I saw when Dominic, her boyfriend's mother, was told that he had passed. So it was like literally like hours later, and that's the worst video I had ever seen. Like heart-wrenching, completely heart-wrenching. But yes, she knew about it. She knew about it after the first, because she had surgery like within hours. Because she had a damn near half her body was broken. Her neck, her kidneys, her ribs, her leg, her arm, like she was completely tore up. But she knew. And those pictures, even in that video, do you hear her even mention them? Like, do you see it in her face? Do you see remorse? Do you see anguish? I don't see it. I'm sorry, I don't see it.
And that's where, and this is where it really starts getting, where it really, I don't feel that she feels saddened. You know what? First of all, if you look at it as boyfriend side, I'd be devastated because if that's the love of my life, I would be like, you know what I mean? I would be take me in my cast, my broken heart. Oh, how I want to be there. I want to be at the funeral, whatever, or at his
Which
grave.
she did not go to.
Right, exactly. She didn't go to the funeral. I would, if that's the love of your life, your love is by your side. And if you just find out that, like, I would be devastated.
Oh,
I wouldn't know how to deal with it.
Smiling and doing duck lips is not what I would be thinking. I'm
Or
not going to be
doing TikTok videos.
I'm not doing that. And then some of these videos were a straight smack in the face.
Oh yeah, and we'll get into that.
Yeah.
After that, in court, a lot of the stuff came out that I was just shocking because I didn't realize after all this happened and she gets better. Besides, she's still doing her TikTok videos, going through, she's healing.
Still driving.
Yeah, she's driving. She's going on with her life like nothing ever happened. And let me just show you because this is where I really start getting angry.
And she's communicating. Her and her mother are communicating with model agencies in New York about advancing her career.
And this is her, like, literally months. Yep. This was October. Mind you, the accident happened, what did we say, July?
Yep.
So July, August, September, October, 3 months later. 3
Mm-hmm.
months. We're not talking about a year or 2
Mm-hmm.
years. 3 months later, this is what she's posting
Mm-hmm.
right here.
She's a corpse. She's a female corpse.
Mhm. And this is the song she's played on there.
I'm a Betty, 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 pretty little whiskey Betty, 뭐든 될 대로 돼라지, catch me if you can.
The other one had me, oh my God, I was so irritated. The other one, she did a video and the song was something about drugs. Oh, tell me you're on drugs and kill somebody without telling me you're on drugs and kill somebody. She's got a video like that, or it's something to that nature. I was just like, well, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
And it's not her doing. It's like she's looking at the camera, like, mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, and she's doing all because she's showing pictures of herself. She's smiling. She shows herself at a concert in a freaking wheelchair. Weeks, maybe a month, to after this had happened. She's at a concert in a wheelchair.
Mhm.
But you're grieving, right? And don't get me wrong, like people grieve differently, right? But we're talking a young kid who typically at that age you haven't really lost anyone and you're in love, right? You remember your first love. I remember my first. I'm not saying
Yeah.
that they were the greatest, right? But had it happened at that time while you were with them, the concert is not the place I want to go. I'm
No.
sorry. Like, to me, and you even have some women that would dramatize it, like, woe is me, right? Oh, I lost my boyfriend, and oh my God, I lost. She never once did that.
Mm-mm.
Even if she dramatized, I would prefer that. I would have preferred that.
This is where I start getting angry about it because, you know damn well if the shoe was on the other foot with the parents,
Hmm.
you know damn well this thing would have gone. The parents would have been like after these two boys and blah
Hmm.
blah blah. The mom and the dad of the two boys, they just want they, what's right for their sons,
Right.
and they think the appropriate sentence. And as we get into the sentencing part, but before we get in there, um, she even in court, there was no like in court, it was just like a plain face, like,
Hmm.
why am I fucking here? You're wasting my time. Like, I wanted to smack her.
It
I
was
don't
the
condone
fake
violence, but
tears.
I wanted to smack her.
It was the fake. Oh my God. No tears. Just it was the fakeness for me. I'm sorry. It was you can read when someone's being real or not. And like I said, some people they grieve differently. Some people are stone faced. Some people are completely oblivious. No, that didn't happen, right? No, it didn't. And they don't believe it. Some people are over dramatic. But you can tell, bro. You can tell. And that girl, mm-mm,
Well, in a courthouse, your feelings come
mm-mm,
out. Like, I mean, granted,
mm-hmm,
yeah, when you're grieving because someone passed away, okay, that's different. Because I know, like my husband, when his mom passed away, he worked up to the minute he had to catch that flight, and then he
mm-hmm,
he went. That was, and I feel like till today he hasn't really grieved, but that's how he coped with it, keeping
mm-hmm,
himself busy and going. But when you're in a courthouse and you're put up in a trial, and
mm-hmm,
if anybody's ever been in a court, especially if you've ever been a jury or something, those
mm-hmm,
emotions come out. You know what I mean? You see in emotions that either one, you're guilty, or two, you're not guilty, but you feel sorry, or all these
mm-hmm.
things. But I feel when someone's like this, and especially with all the cases we've done, with all
Yeah.
these murder cases we've done,
Mm-hmm,
um, there there is no the people who are guilty don't feel it. There's no emotion there. There's
mm-hmm.
nothing. It's just
Girl,
black and white.
if I didn't do something, you would have to have a gag order on me. You would have to have the hand because I am screaming, I am innocent until I can no longer breathe.
Yeah,
Like, she
I'm
never
done.
won. She never no, I like you couldn't hold me back. I
Mhm.
would be so emotional. You're telling me that not only did I kill someone, right? A guy, Davian, but you're telling me that I killed the man of my dreams that I've been with the last 5 years, that I looked at marrying, that was my everything. Like her mother said, the air that I breathed. Not never, not never am I gonna sit there and mum's the word. And
Yeah.
hell no.
Well, and
But you
here's
can be animated on your videos, so.
right. And here's where it starts getting into the evidence that the court kept bringing in. One of they brought in was all the videos that she did on TikTok. That was
Mm-hmm.
something that was brought up. She had that. She had a couple more, um, and you can look them up on TikTok. Just type in her name, and there's hundreds and hundreds of them.
Mm-hmm.
After that, there was also a thing that brought up to evidence that really just kind of stayed in my head, where her text messages to him, they were abusive. You
Mm-hmm.
need to fucking open the door. You need to let me in. Yeah,
Did you
and
hear there was a video of voice recording of her
mhm.
that his brother did.
Well, let me see if I can find that.
It
But
was
let
a
me
voice
tell you.
recording of her that his brother took, if I'm not mistaken, his brother, where she was like, F you, open, or it might have even been him. I think it was his brother. I know there's a voice recording where he locks her out of the house because they had lived together at this time. And
Yeah.
she was like, F you, open up the fucking door. What do you mean not gonna? And he's like, no, I'm not opening the door. I fucking live there. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, he probably was toxic too, because at some point there was showing other things where he's like, oh, I'm sorry, and she's like, oh, no amount of apologies are gonna save us from this, or you know what I mean? Like, they were kids. They were probably both fucking toxic. They both were into, doing stuff, drinking, whatever, smoking weed. He was young, she was young. They were making money. He was making money hand over fist. He didn't live with his parents anymore at an early age. They had been dating since middle school. Like, they were probably both fucking toxic. Like, let's be real.
Yeah. They weren't.
And you could hear it. You could hear it in the video, in the voice recording.
Trying to see if I can find a voice recording here of her.
Yeah. She had a voice recording where she's like, open up the door. And he's like, no, I'm not doing this. She was like, you know what? Fuck you. And I can't believe you did this. I fucking live there. And he's like, yeah, I ain't doing it. But then there's text messages where he's like, oh, I'm sorry. You're right. So.
Well, it's
I
a
think it was
perfect
for both kids.
it's a perfect like a narcissist almost,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, but you know what got me? So while she's in the hospital, mind you, she gets sent a bunch of emails and messages and DMs and stuff from someone in New York that are model agency, and her mother are trying to do this meetup while she's in the hospital still. Okay, trying to do this meetup. Oh my God, this would be a great experience. Thank you so much. I would love to work with you, but your partner just died. Like, she wasn't accused of it yet, but your partner just died. Oh my
Right?
God, I can't believe this. And her mother are talking, and this is on the internet, text message. They're answering comments that were left on some of her videos. So this is where everyone can see that even the DA brought them up and said she's responding to people who want to further her career. She's still in the
Right?
hospital.
And this is her being transported
Mm-hmm.
after her arrest. Oh, I'm sorry, but I, it does not look like, to me at least, and this is my opinion. My
Right.
opinion feels that she just doesn't give two fucks. Hey, now I'm famous.
That's what it
Now
was.
I got what I wanted now. You know what I mean? Now I got what I wanted. I'm
Mm-hmm.
famous, so what y'all gonna do? I mean, you can't, well, she can't really make money off of this anyways, regardless.
Well, that's the thing. there was so she when she went to jail, she spoke to her friends and her mom. They have voice recordings of her mother telling her, "Oh my God, don't say anything because this has gone global." She's like, "What do you mean it's gone global?" She's like, "Yeah, they showed it in the UK." "Oh, on the UK, really?" And she speaks to her friend, and she's like, "Oh, I'll be on the news tomorrow because from what I heard, it's all over." That doesn't show remorse.
No.
Oh, how much time do you think they're gonna give me? Do you think they're gonna give me? I think I'll be out. I'll still be young when I get out. Like before the actual verdict had been written. Like these are recordings from the prison with her mother and her friends. This is from her voice. Then this is the other thing, and I don't know if they showed it in there. While she was in the hospital and her mother visited her, and the cops were asking her questions, she was speaking to her mother, but she was speaking to her in another language. Unbeknownst to the cops, they didn't know what she was talking about. The cops were recording it because some cops record sessions when they're interviewing and stuff. He recorded it. He sent it to a language specialist. They're like, I don't know what it is. It's some type of pig Latin. Her and her mother are speaking to each other, okay, while the cop is there. When they were able to decipher it, she was asking her mother, "Can we just tell them that I caught a seizure?" This is before she was convicted, before she was arrested. "Can we just tell them that I caught a seizure in the car, and that's why my foot was on the thing?"
Well, I found one of the voice recordings you were talking about.
Oh yeah,
About the mom not even excuse me, modeling. Couldn't
yes,
stop
there
from
it is.
modeling when she's and this is when she's in jail, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Hello?
Hey,
Hey, Mom.
how are you?
Just woke up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a good dream, though.
Oh, that's cool. What's it about?
Like, I was like a model.
Oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it was good.
I slept like a rock. Well, I still woke up a couple times, but I slept
Yeah, me too.
pretty hard. That's good because we need it.
I love that you can sleep while the rest of the family is grieving.
The weirdest happened to me.
Hmm.
So I came out of my room to, like, come out and, like, see them weird. Diese cheating, even these are shit out weird. These are just like, these are like, we they teasing fear, me, they cheat, like, we like, tease them.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? So I just, like, got on the phone and, like, did not look over there at all because that weirded me the fuck out. Like, bitch, get in the shower.
Right.
Like, that's, like, the second time she just done that shit, too. Like, bitch, I don't want to see it. Like,
Right.
it's weird as fuck. Like,
Bruh. What'd you do after the phone? Oh, yeah, you played spades last night. That was fun.
you want me to you want to write down my speech?
Yeah, but not yet.
Oh,
Because
sorry.
I'm laying down.
Oh.
But I do need to. So just don't forget. Because that message doesn't go away, right? You'll see that?
Yeah, I'll see it.
Okay. Do you ever get to go look out the window when you're out in your room?
Yeah, but I don't really do that.
You know, as a mom, I'd be like,
Oh my god.
do you feel anything?
Laura wants to fly up to Ohio when when she can come visit me. So I'm gonna meet her like while I'm in jail. Like I'm gonna.
What do you think about my friends visiting me while I'm locked up? That's the first thing that's going to come to
Oh
my
my
mind.
god, I'm dead.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I learned how to do my bottom and top lash extensions myself, and you was dead ass the only person I wanted to show. LOL, I miss you.
Oh. I love that she's gonna come up. Okay, now I got pee.
I feel like she's on a vacation. This is like a vacation call to me.
Yeah, another journey.
She gets big ass lashes.
This call is irritating me. you know, and this is from he's on TikTok, Cloak and Policy. You guys can find him there. He's got a lot of recordings from the jail cell of the mom and of them there. So if you want to listen to any of them, they're on there. It you know what, it just irritates me because there's a family that's grieving and has lost their kids, and they're looking at this like this is a freaking paycheck on a fucking movie, and that's what irritates me. And what irritates me more as we get into this, you know, she is convicted and she is found guilty in the court of the eyes of the law. They did find her guilty. And throughout all of that, like, I still see no remorse out of her. I still don't.
I agree. And I did want to say, so we have as part of our rights, we have the right to have a trial by jury or trial by judge. And she chose trial by judge. She didn't go by jury. She chose trial by judge, which means that everything gets told to one person, the judge, and then the judge deems whether or not she's guilty or innocent or whatever the case may be, and then the judge will do the sentencing. Normally, if it's by jury, the jury will go listen to everything, then they go back to mitigate it and determine whether or not she's guilty. But she did judge, and so the judge is the one that says whether or not she was guilty, and the judge said she was guilty.
This clip here is where I start getting angry.
Oh,
Throughout the whole thing, right? Throughout the whole thing, I'm starting to get angry and just going like, really? I was just so pissed. But this clip here, it made it even worse. And let me play this for the audience to listen to.
To address them at all? Sure. I just want to say to the families that I'm broken, sad, and lost, and my heart hurts for everyone. Okay? Davion was her new friend, and Dom was the love of her life, and he was part of our family. Okay? I'm just so sorry that this happened, and we're heartbroken. Okay? And then, Your Honor, this was a terrible, tragic nightmare accident to have happened that she has no memory of, and she will never emotionally or physically recover from it. She almost died too, and we're asking that you please not run the sentence as consecutive. He was family, and we all loved each other. That morning of the accident, she called. I got a phone call that there was a car accident. Okay, so we went to the hospital, and I didn't even know who was in the car. The names had not been confirmed yet, and I'm gonna cry because I missed Dom so much. We loved him
such
so
a fucking
much.
fake cry.
So I called Dom like over and over again, praying that he was going to answer the phone, and he didn't answer the phone. So then I tried to call his mom, and she didn't answer the phone either. And I still didn't know who was in the car. I didn't even know if she was alive. I didn't know what was happening. So then we were in the waiting room.
I fixed my hair and make sure I look nice.
She did call me, so I answered the phone, and I was like, "Oh my God! Like, I don't even know who was in the car. Like, what's happening? Was that Dom?" And she said, "What do you mean? My son is dead." And I was like, "I'm so sorry." And then she said something like, "And now I have to wait until your kid's out of the hospital." And then I didn't hear the rest. I was like, we loved him so much, and I hung up the phone. I did not talk about social media. I didn't even know what was going on yet. Okay, so then that was it. So in the hospital, that Vitality post, I commented on that because somebody had called her a murderer, okay? And she's not a murderer. So she didn't even have her phone at that point because the police had still had it, okay? So I jumped on and I was like, you know, she's not a murderer. She's more sad than hurt than most of these people commenting. She's been trying to get in touch with you. I mean, at that point, it was just an accident. So I commented on her behalf, not because of the modeling opportunity. Who cares about that? I don't want them to refer to her as a murderer, okay? And I don't even know how that commented got on the phone because the police still had her device and she could not access her phone or social media. That's why I did it.
That's not true.
I had called them asking if they could shut down social media because people were calling her a murderer and making death threats and organizing groups to, you know, take her out when she got out of the hospital and stuff. So I don't even want her phone. I don't care about her phone. I don't care about social media. I just wanted them to stop calling her a murderer so that when she did come to, and she did come out of surgery, multiple surgeries, that she wouldn't see all these people calling her a murderer, because she would never, ever, ever murder the love of her life. Okay. Halloween, for 3 months after the accident, she would only wear his clothes. She would only eat the snacks he ate. She would only listen to the music he wrote. Okay. She was laying in bed for 3 months crying. There was a shrine of him next to her with photos and things that he liked, and this flower that lights up that he got her because he wanted it to be fresh.
I'm looking
and
at the
alive
police
forever.
officers
It's like
in
a
the
little
back in their faces.
Beauty and the Beast flower. Okay,
Even
she
her
had a
face, like I'm
shrine of
looking
him
at the
next to her.
girl's face, and
So
I
she was
don't
crying for 3
see.
months. So her
You know
friends
what I
asked
mean?
if she wanted to go
Yeah.
out trick or treating or so Halloween, and it was at OU, and she didn't even want to go. She said, "I don't know, should I go?" She couldn't even walk yet, barely. So I told her, I said, "Baby, please go. It's Halloween. You've been laying for 3 months crying, only listening to his music. Please go have just a moment of fun, a moment of fun." So we told her to go. My husband drove her. I brought her back home. She just needed a second of fun from losing her whole world, So that was us. We told her to go. And that concert she went to with Dom's cousin, Abby, they picked her up. They brought her there. That was Dom, Mackenzie and Dom and Abby all decided to go to this concert together while they were in the hospital. That was for Dom. Everything she did after the accident was either in honor of him, to be close to him, or just to be by him any way that she can. She's like devastated and tragic. He was the air that she breathes. Okay. And they went with his cousin. We spent all kinds of time with him after the accident. What was the other thing?
I'm hearing an awful lot about your daughter. I'm not hearing very much about the two dead people.
Dominic, okay, I'm asking you for leniency because this was a tragic accident that she does not remember. And Davion,
because I don't remember. It's okay, right?
He's a new friend. Yeah. I'm so
sorry.
He's a new
friend. His life is worthless.
No. God, no, not at all.
See, and the judge was
They all
catching
love
her
each
in
other.
her
They all
bullshit.
spend every day together.
I'm sorry.
You know
I don't know if I can say that.
I don't know.
And isn't
too
that
much
part of
about
the problem, Mrs. Shirilla?
Sorry?
Isn't that part of the problem that they all trusted each other? Isn't that part of
It's not a problem at all.
Go
one
judge.
problem how they all ended up in the car together and two of them ended up dead?
I understand. I understand what it looks like. I'm saying that it was a tragic accident. She would never.
But we're going to have to disagree on
I
that.
understand.
Right. And I respect your position, but you disagree with me.
I understand. But anyway, that's it. I just wanted to address those. We told her to go to those things, and then she did go with Dom's family. So look at that. Don't look at it with the look on that with different eyes if you can, please.
Those things are not relevant.
Not at all. Not at all.
No,
Not at all. But she's a good, if you would have a moment, all you would need is 5 minutes of a conversation to have with her to learn who she is. Just that you would just need 5 minutes to learn who she is and what she's capable of not doing and doing. And you would see for yourself. That's all.
I'm sorry. I think she's a piece of shit. My opinion.
My opinion. When that was done, she was already convicted a murderer. That was during the sentencing, and they didn't want her to do it concurrently, meaning was, whatever sentence, 15, 7 years, whatever. She was given 15 for both. She had 4 actual convictions. She had 2 murder cases on both boys, and she had 15 years for them. They didn't want them to be 15 and then another 15 and then another. It would have totaled to 60 years. They didn't want her to choose that. They wanted them to be simultaneously so that she could serve the 15 years, all 15 years together at the same time.
Mm-hmm. That's where I start getting angry. That's where I think it's bullshit. Because you know what? She's going to get out by the time she's 30, 35. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Because it's day is 1 year and night is another year. She'll be out, in the next 8 years? And if she does good timing, maybe do it.
It was 2030 something, I think 37 or something.
I think she'll get out earlier. I think she'll get out in her 20s, early 20s, or late 20s.
Well, they said the earliest that she could possibly go up for parole would be 15 years. That's what they said.
I think it's fucking.
Hold on. Let me do my math, girl, because my brain did.
And while all this is going,
19, right?
Yeah. And mind you, while all this is going at the same time, there
Mhm.
was people, her friends were actually starting to do like sending in letters that she was a good person, to let her out, that she deserved a second chance, and blah blah blah. Okay, let me
Mhm.
tell you, like I said, if the shoe was in the other fucking foot, you know damn well if Dominic would have done it, you
Mhm.
know damn well, because let me just tell you, I don't like to play any type of card. I'm, you know, but
Mhm.
because of skin tone and everything, you know damn well that if he was the driver, they would have just freaking hung them.
Even if it
Hung them.
wasn't skin tone, if it was the sexes, right? Because it's a man,
Mhm.
he's
You
a
know damn well.
boy. They would have,
Yep.
yeah, hell yeah, either one of them.
Yeah. You know
Hell
they would have
yeah.
hung either one of them.
He's
One,
too
because he's a male,
toxic
two,
masculinity and he abused her and he's aggressive and not, you know what I mean?
she
They
wanted to
would
leave the
have hung up.
relationship and he didn't let her, and blah blah blah. You know damn well. And I
Mhm.
don't like to play this card, but you know what? I'm sorry. This one really fucking pissed me off.
It
And
did. She pissed me off. It was her demeanor. It was her nonchalant, the way that she just, oh, well, oh, how much time you think? So even when they convicted her, right? They had to do the
uh-huh.
sentencing a week later. Even when they convicted her, they had a audio tape of her talking to somebody. So how much time you think they're gonna give me? I
Yep.
hope I'm still young when I get out. I think I'll be young when I get out. Like, bitch, what? Not once out of all the videos that I heard, that I saw, the voice recording, not once did I hear her bawling. Did I hear her just lose her fucking shit because she was
And say I'm
convicted?
sorry.
They accused her of killing her boyfriend. Not a once. Even when they arrested her, they showed the video of her going to jail and being taken off her jewelry and stuff. Not a once, girl. That's what I don't get.
Here's the part that really pissed me off, and I'm gonna show you this clip because this is where I literally, if it wasn't because it was my TV and I paid for it, I literally would have chucked my fucking shoe at it and said, you know what I mean? Because it was, this is where it pissed me off. And let me show you. And I know this clip is like, oh, this is where it really, like, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I don't know if you remember this part of the scene in the movie.
Mm-mm.
Okay, let me play this for you because this is where it gets interesting.
It's really hard every day in here. I try to wake up and be the best person I could be every day, stay out of trouble. There's not a moment that doesn't pass where I don't think about them, or I don't feel the pain in my chest that it's still like a void of losing them in.
Is there any last word that you'd like to say?
Did I touch on that? Okay, so everything is like you think. I don't want to force anything and just say too much or sound crazy.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's a
Do you
liar.
see, do you see how fast her fucking demeanor changed? Like all of a sudden, I don't want to sound too crazy. Here I came
She
from
was
no
acting.
fucking tears. No fucking tears.
And why is your hair looking that cute in prison?
Oh, I got some mascara on in prison,
Why
girl.
you
Like,
got lipstick like that? You got lashes. Okay. I'm sorry. No, I don't believe you.
no.
It's not a one. And if you notice, she never looked at the camera. She looked to the left, to the right, to the bottom. And it's never one time that, because you're a liar face.
I'm telling you, if it wasn't because it's my TV and I fucking paid for it, I would have been like,
There, you can make sense of what I was saying. Like, there's no way, and I couldn't even speak. If it was the love of my life, and you accusing, and I know this is the factor for me, and I know, I don't care what you think, I know that I didn't do it. Girl, you couldn't stop me from screaming from the fucking mountaintops. Hell no.
and
I would
here's
be
the shit that I
acting a
want to know.
fool.
I mean, I know. I mean, come on, we're not all dumb. We know that in prison, some you're now allowed to have iPads and all this stuff, right?
Right.
Let me tell you, if I'm sitting there and I'm actually living every day of my life that I had murdered my boyfriend and my best friend because
Mhm.
according to them, this was her best friend. According to the mom, it was a new friend, but according to
Mhm.
her, this was the best friend. Come on. Tell me this is I would be in prison doing these pictures? Like, are you kidding
Right.
me?
Right.
Are you are and you know what? Like I said, go watch the documentaries. Go do your research because this is like I said, this is our opinions. This is
Mhm.
our what we feel. And I
Mhm.
honestly feel that this chick is just she hasn't I don't even know. You know what I mean?
They
Because I
almost
know
had me. Her mom, they almost had me with the whole POTS thing. Oh, she caught POTS, she passed. They almost like, girl, like that's a convincing thing. But the problem is they couldn't, they showed no evidence from a doctor saying that she was diagnosed with POTS. None. There was no evidence that was brought in saying that she was been diagnosed with POTS. So that was one thing. The other thing too is a couple months after the actual accident, she renewed her license again. And on the license, it says, do you have any medical conditions? And she said, no, again, even though she claimed she had POTS. So, and then when she was told that she was convicted and that she's going to face sentencing, she's like, well, can't you take my license away for 10 years? No, you killed somebody.
yeah.
Taking your license, your driving privileges away, it's beyond what we're gonna do to you. Okay? It's nothing. Like,
I wouldn't you know what? I wanna be honest, like, yeah, let's be honest. I think all of us, one period of time in our life, we've had a car accident. Either it was a fender bender, something
mhm.
small, but
I
everybody
had
has at least
one.
had
Somebody backed into me while I was parked. She just kept,
right?
and I saw her. I saw
But
her coming in my rear view, and I beeped the horn, and she still kind of tapped the. She didn't break anything. She just kind of bent the license plate. So yeah, I had one. That was good as it
you
gets.
but you start thinking like, "Okay, shit," like because your mind starts playing games on you. Like,
Mhm.
imagine, somebody was there, this and that, it happens. Like, I know, like I said, I've been in fender benders where, someone's hit me from rear end, and I've had my kids in the car, and I
Mhm.
start thinking, like, what if that person was going faster? What if we were because this was and it took me a little bit for me personally because in the last fender bender I was, I wanna say 3 years ago, I was on the
Mhm.
freeway, and if everybody knows California freeways,
Mhm.
they had to stop sometimes when you're driving, all of a sudden everybody just breaks, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh shit," that's
Mhm.
just that's what it is, and this happened, and someone hit me from behind. Um,
Um,
I'm gonna tell you that day, it took me a little bit to get back behind. Like, I had to call my husband to have him
mhm.
come and help me drive home because
Man.
I my head started playing all these tricks on
Mhm.
what if it was coming hard and what if my kids didn't have a
Mhm.
seatbelt on? What if my kid would you know what I mean? It's like your mind starts playing these games on you. And
Mhm.
for something this big, and I'm sorry, regardless if you remember or not, if
Mhm.
that was your friend and the man that you love had passed away because you were driving and something happened because of your fault,
Right.
I don't think I would be able to get back into a car right away. I don't think I'd be able to go party.
Mhm.
I think I would be like fucking I would look like shit in a hole.
Even the mother
You know
said,
what I
"Oh,
mean?
that was the air that she breathed." Well, she didn't look like it in those videos. She don't act like it in prison. Like she didn't act like it in court. Like I'm, s- I just didn't see it. I didn't see it at all. I didn't see it. And even now, when she was given the sentencing or the conviction, it was so nonchalant. So how much time you think they're gonna give me? Like this is on tape recording, people. This is not something that I'm dreaming or someone said. No, you hear it from her own mouth.
Yeah.
You hear it from. I'll be young when I'll still be young when I get out. Oh, when so and so comes visit me, or better yet, It was $500,000 for her bail. She's like, Mom, are you gonna bail me out or what? Can you bail me out? I need to get out of here. Like, not once. Oh my God, I miss him. And not once, girl. That's what got me. Not once did you mention the boys. Granted, the other guy, you may have not had feelings for him, right? My bad, passed away. You know what I mean? Okay, I get that. But your boyfriend? Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Someone you plan on marrying? The love of your life? Your world?
Right. Well, and then you want to claim that these were your best friends. I mean, the
Mhm.
fuck? And, like I said, like, a lot comes out of all this, and a lot,
Mhm.
and the thing that kind of even irritates me more is just like the judge said to the mom, are these lives not important? Just your daughter's life. Like, because the
Right.
mom really made it seem like me, my daughter, my daughter, my daughter. Okay, I understand maybe your daughter's your fucking piggy bank where you're getting your money from, but at the end of the day, she just committed something. And where, and I'm going to say this because you know what, where as a parent do you take and start taking ownership and consequences to your kids and teaching them? At what point do we as parents say, you know what? Hey, no. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, uh, we're so easy to blame other people for
Mhm.
actions that they do that we don't take a step back and look at our actions and go, you know what? It's like if I said, you know what, but you're a fucking bitch. You're gonna
Mhm.
come at me, right? You're gonna be like,
Right.
no, fuck you. Like,
Mhm.
and I go, no, but it was your fault. Okay,
Right.
when am I gonna take my own responsibility that I stepped up and said that and say, you know what? I'm sorry that I did that and I apologize and I know that I offended you and I understand if you don't want to talk to me anymore. I
Mhm.
get that. When are we going to start taking our consequences and when are we going to
Mhm.
start taking ownership and showing our children that if you fuck up in life and you don't do things right, this is the shit that's going to happen. And she's lucky she got 15 years because the parents wanted more from these two boys. They wanted more.
Both said, yeah, they
Mhm.
wanted them to be run concurrently 15, 15, 15, 15. They wanted her to get 60 years.
Yeah.
That's what they wanted.
Mhm.
The judge, and she said it too. She was like, it's such a hard decision. She didn't want to, she didn't feel that she would be capable of, um, she wouldn't be okay with herself to run things concurrently,
I would have fucking given
even
her life
though,
sentences.
yeah, she just couldn't sit with herself. Now, the girl's getting 15 years. And she said it too. She's like, and I highly doubt she'll see the light of day again. I believe that she's going to be in jail for the rest of her life. However, I'm going to do this. She's going to do 15 years altogether. The first time she'll be eligible for parole would be 15 years. Then it would be up to the parole system, the parole board, to see whether or not she's fit for society. And she's like, and I hope and pray that she's changed in there. But has she not, it would be up to the parole. But I can't, in good faith, give it 15, 15, 15 to equal 60. And I get that. I get that. I may not agree with her, but I can understand that. Because at the end of the day, she's the one that has to face that, right? She has to live with that.
Well,
But
she
she's given
she
her,
doesn't fucking she ain't living with shit. She don't give a fuck.
yeah, no, I'm talking about the judge.
Oh,
The
yeah.
judge has to live with that decision. So I get the toughness that she did. But
I don't know. I have no remorse. I would, what I,
I don't.
life done. You know what I mean? That would have been me. I'd have been like, it's not one life you took, it's
It's
two
true.
lives. And
Yeah.
if I felt truly in my heart and in my gut, well, I mean, granted, they can't go by heart, right? They can't go by
Mhm.
feelings, but if I truly saw on paper in your face demeanor that you fucking felt
Mhm.
some type of way, even an inch of sadness or an inch of remorse or an inch of, you know what, I am sorry. And if you looked at the parents and said, you know what, I'm sorry that this
Mhm.
happened. I don't remember.
Mhm.
Maybe I would have said 15 years would have been okay. But
Right.
no, the fact that you are like still fucking thinking this is fucking Disneyland running around,
Mhm.
like this is okay. No, no,
Mhm.
I would have given you fucking life. I would have given you 2 life sentences. I mean, that would be me.
I agree. I think, and I had said this earlier this week because of other things that I saw. We really need to start putting some of this blame where it belongs, and that is on bad fucking parenting. Especially when the child is still with the parents and under their roof and under their control. If your
So,
child is under the age of 18, you are still deemed legally legal for that child. So if your child does something illegal, off kilter, whatever, we need to start putting the blame where it belongs, and it's on the parenting, because not everyone is meant to be a fucking parent. I'm sorry. Just because you could carry a child and give birth to a child doesn't mean you're meant to be a mother. Doesn't mean you know how to raise a child. Just because you can populate a child with a woman doesn't make you a father.
You know what I think it is? I'm going to be honest with you. I think, for me personally, like I said, these are our opinions.
Facts. Right.
That people want easy money and fame so quickly that they're willing to do anything they fucking can just to get that fame, just to get that documentary out, just to get that thing. You know, it's like
it's for the clicks, it's for the likes.
Yeah, it's for, now I've got 80,000 followers or 120,000 followers, or I mean, it's like, it's anybody's willing to do that to the point that they're willing to take someone else's life and not feel remorse and try to collect from it. I mean, perfect example, Gypsy Rose. That's another, I mean, my opinion, she's a fucked up in the head, and she will do anything to get back on social media. And this is how pissed off I am. I just finished my fucking bottle of wine. Just like, just like, oh, and the story really irritated me.
Yeah.
And not many stories get me this angry, because we this is what we do. We bring our opinions, we tell you what we think, we show you what the evidence that we found. And like I said, it strongly, say it's our opinions.
Yes.
I really think I honestly think we're in 2006. She got convicted in 2000.
2003, yeah. Because the accident was 2020, and she did 8 months in jail. Yeah, it was 23.
So I honestly think in 2029, I bet you anything she's going to come up for parole.
Maybe for good behavior and for time served, because the judge did say when she did the sentencing, 15 years consecutively, meaning together, right? She'll be eligible for parole in 15 years, but she's also getting credit for time served. And at that time, I believe it was 8 to 9 months that she had already been in prison. And their years are different than our Gregorial years. So their years, I believe, are either 10, and they also get credit for good behavior. So
and then day and night. I know that day serves 1 year, and then night serves another year.
Yeah,
so,
I can see that. Yeah.
And I want to bring a big factor onto this is the grieving parents. God rest their kids' souls, and I hope there's nothing I can say but my condolences to the family that are grieving about this. They just want peace now. She already got her sentence. They're not really happy, but it is what it is, and they just want to grieve peacefully. They want to be left alone. They want, they're like, look, it's not what we wanted, but this is what we got, and we just want to live alone, because there's all her friends and all these social medias that they're in are bombarding them with letters and saying that they should give them a chance and give her a chance and give this and blah blah blah. But you know what? I don't see it. I'm sorry, I just don't see it out of her. I'd be like, go, you're out.
Right.
This is a hard one we did.
It was because they were so young. She was young, you know what I mean? And think that she was so narcissistic already, to think that she was so heartless and so fame hungry. You know what I mean? She wanted to have that easy money, that easy fame, that, you know what I mean? The clicks, the likes, I'm going viral kind of shit. It drives people to do things that they probably wouldn't have done before. And then they were saying in the trial that Damien, her boyfriend, actually wanted to break up with her and that she couldn't accept it. So that's what it was. Some people even said that, and the judge said this during sentencing, that even if this was a failed attempt of murder and suicide, it's still not considered a defense for murder. So even if that was what she was thinking, to if I can't have you, nobody can, and we're gonna go, Bonnie and Clyde together, and what's her name, filming Louise and shit.
Someone.
Yeah, Thelma and Louise together. I'm taking you out, but she just didn't. She made it. It doesn't matter. A murder is a murder. So, and that's what the judge said. Even if this was a failed attempt of suicide and she tried to do murder by suicide, suicide is not a defense for murder.
I always get this question asked all the time because especially what we do, we report all this stuff. And I have 2 teenagers still at home, and I have an older daughter. She's 27, and I have a young little one, 7 years old, and my 2 teenager boys. I always get asked the question is, if I was put in that shoe where I am the mom of the person that's done wrong, what would I do? And I'm going to tell you the truth, and I say this all the time. I would turn their fucking asses in and say, you know what? Learn your fucking consequences, because you know right from wrong. I have taught you that. And if you want to be stupid, then you get your little gift at the end. And I'm sorry. I'll visit you in jail. I will visit you and be, hey, how are you? I'll still love you. I won't not love you. But if you want to be stupid, here are the consequences. And you know what I mean? We try as parents to teach our kids what's right, what's wrong, and hopefully they don't follow the fuck ups that, for me personally, the fuck ups I did as a kid, I don't ever want them to do that. I don't ever want them to follow the shit that I did. But at the end of the day, hey, we have to start teaching our kids there is consequences to everything you fucking do in life. And being on social media isn't the world. I mean, we took 3 months off. Why? Because your health is important. And it's important to me that you're healthy, because you know what? At the end of the day, you're still my friend.
Right.
This doesn't mean shit.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, we still talk privately. This isn't, we've known each other for now 6 years. This isn't the world. We talk private. If this were to go tomorrow, I still know that I can call you. And you're still my friend. And that's where I think we are lacking in the world, that at the end of the day, this whole society of social media and making money and being something, it's really not everything. I mean, granted, I love all the supporters that follow us and do everything. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, there is consequences when you do stupid shit. What's that saying? You do something stupid, you get a stupid prize. What's the, you know what I mean?
You get stupid prizes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you. And I've been asked that. My daughter knows. My daughter's older. She's 20. She just turned 27 on the 3rd of June. Excuse me, the 6th. She's 6'6".
I know she's right before we're due, babies. Yeah.
Shout out to the Geminis.
Right.
And even she knows, like, one of the things I would tell her is, first of all, don't ever lie to me. I don't care what you did, right? You broke a toe, you broke somebody's face. I don't know what it is. Don't ever lie to me. Tell me what you did. We'll face it together. If you do something to where you have bad consequences, those are consequences you face alone. Now, as a child, right, it is my job to teach you right or wrong. It is my job to make sure that you choose not to do stupid shit, right? I should know where you're at. Once you hit 18, I'm no longer liable for you anymore. She's 27. My daughter does something now. She is a grown-ass woman. I will call the cops myself. We'll get through this. I got your back no matter what. You are my daughter, no matter. I got your back. But what I'm not gonna do is compromise my moral integrity for anybody. And
Yep.
you should have the same integrity because you're cut from my fiber. And
Mm-hmm.
if you don't, then that's the job that I didn't do.
Yeah.
See? And so I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah.
You rob a bank, girl, I'm calling the cops on you.
Right.
I'll get
Might
you a
take
lawyer.
I might take a
get you a
20 to go to
Yeah.
I might take that
Yeah.
20 to call the Uber to get your ass to jail, but yes, it's
I'll
going,
get you a lawyer. I will, back your play, but at the end of the day, I'm calling the cops.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. Because you're not about to get me caught up in none of that. Because that's a reflection on you. That's a reflection on the parent.
And that's a reflection on your upbringing,
Yes.
and you know what? And I think and like I said, this is my opinion.
Mhm.
I honestly think this new generation that's coming in is feel entitled and they can do whatever the fuck they want, and we don't have there's no consequences to anything. You could go tell somebody these words, call them these names, you could tell somebody, oh, they're this and that, and you ain't gonna get punched. Yeah, you're gonna get punched, but that is a consequence.
It's what I call the participation trophy era.
Yeah.
You just get a trophy just for showing up. You ain't got to do anything. You ain't got to say anything. You ain't got to even dress up. But you get a trophy just for showing up because you're special. No, that's not how the real world works. I used to tell my daughter that because she played sports and they wanted to give her one of those trophies.
I'm a strong believer. I always tell my kids, you know
she
what?
broke her leg during the second year. She broke her leg on the third game, and so we would go to support the team, and we were there every day, and we would bring snacks and stuff. And they wanted to give her. I'm like, no. You want to give her a certificate? Thank you for showing up. Thank you for having team spirit. I get you. I got you, right? She didn't have to be there. But she gets a trophy. The kids are getting a trophy even though they lost all the games. No. Absolutely not. Not a lot.
Like I said, that's the one thing. Kids have to learn to fall and able to succeed. You can't climb a ladder and start from the top to keep going. You got to start from the bottom. And my mother-in-law, love her to pieces. And one of the things she told my daughter, because she wanted, my daughter-in-law's an RN. She became a nurse but told her, you want to be a nurse? And my daughter's like, yeah, I want to be a nurse. I'm going to go to school and college and blah, blah, blah. She goes, no. She goes, you're going to start as a CNA. Because if you can't fucking handle that, and you can't handle cleaning toilets or bathrooms or changing, changing then there's no need for you here. She goes, there's no need, because what the problem is that too many people think that they can just say, oh, I'm going to be an RN, and now, they're stuck in a situation. They got to clean someone's stuff. They can't handle it because their stomach can't handle it. And that is the best advice my mother-in-law gave to my daughter. And you know what? That's like what I tell my kids. You got to start from the bottom to be able to get to the top. You can't just jump from the top and keep going up, because guess what? The mountain only goes so high.
Yeah. It builds character. It builds character. Not only that, but we change as kids. We change our mind every day. We want to be a movie star. We want to be a doctor. We want to be a lawyer. Like, we change all the time. And I used to tell my daughter this. I don't care what you want to do. I'll pay for whatever, right? But the one thing you must understand is when you make a commitment, you stick out to the commitment. So one of the things was she was doing bowling. I want to do bowling. Okay. Paid for the bowling, right? Halfway through it, she hated it. She found it was boring. Okay, but we paid for 6 months. The contract is 6 months worth of bowling. You can't stop in 3 months. Oh, but I don't like it. I don't care. You ain't ever got to do it again in your life. But what you do got to do is you got to honor that commitment, which is 6 months. Once the 6 months is up, we can torch the freaking bowling ball. I don't care. And she learned that. She wanted to do this. Okay, you could do that. Remember, you have to do it for the duration of the contract. So, she wanted to do flute. She wanted to play the flute. She found out she can't stand the flute. Well, guess what? You have to do it for 4 months in school. You said you were gonna do the flute, so now you're stuck with the flute.
I know I'm stuck right now with my youngest because she signed up for karate, and that's a whole year commitment. Let me tell you, that's
Yeah. So I
it's
used to tell all the
400
time.
bucks a month. So let me tell you, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
every month I'm like,
Is
but
this really what you want to do? Because once you say yes, that's my rule. You ain't ever got to do it again. Same thing with food. Try it out. You ain't never got to eat it again, but don't sit here and tell me you don't like it if you never tried it, right?
Yep.
So, and that's the thing. These kids, they think, oh, well, I don't like it, booth. Even with jobs, like the biggest thing now is like they're quitting jobs left and right. They're not loyal.
Well, here's the thing. Don't complain when the fucking robots come in.
Thank you.
Don't complain because here, let me tell you,
Yeah.
I'll be the first one to hire a couple robots real quick and say, you know what? I don't got to pay 401ks. I don't got to pay medical. I don't got to pay overtime, taxes, and all this shit. I'm the first one to be like, you know what?
I
Sign
ain't
me
gotta pay
up.
payroll tax. I ain't gotta pay short-term disability. Right.
Right? I don't
Right.
got to pay if you get hurt because you know what? Let me just put some more oil in there and you're good to go.
Right. Right. Exactly.
You
Yep.
know? But you let us know what everybody thinks. Go check out this documentary. Let us know if you got as mad as we did. If you, like I said, these are our opinions and allegedly on a lot of these things, but this is how we feel. Let us know. Go back and check it out. Give us a share, like, a follow.
Yes.
You know, share these stories out. And if there's a story you have and you want to share your a story with us, hey, we'll more than happy to have you on as a guest and more than happy to document, you know, to view your story that you saw. There's lots out there, a lot. And there's some that we follow. If there's one that you want to have an update, let us know. We've got plenty of them that we've done and definitely. And you can find Bree on a lot of things. She is on Roku. You can she's got her own channel. Guys, she's got her own channel on Roku.
Yeah.
Go fucking subscribe for her there. You would be amazed in all the stuff she talks about there. Totally different type of podcast, but she's amazing on there. And you'd be surprised. So go check her out on Roku. Where else can we find you, Bree?
Basically on all major platforms, same thing. Let's see, TikTok, it's Bree Talk. I have 2 pages on everything: TikTok, X, Facebook, Instagram. God, what else? I have them all, but it's the same name. It's Bree Talks. You can on YouTube. It's Bree Talks. IG's the same thing. Facebook, Bree Talks. It's the same thing. You can find me anywhere.
So guys,
Yeah,
go
let
give
us
her a
know if
follow.
there's something you want us to take a look at. You want us our opinion on it and
Yeah.
how we see it or feel about it. So yeah, this is fun. I love this.
Yeah. And let us know too if you strongly agree with us or if you don't agree with us, let us know why you don't agree with us. What I'd like to hear your side of the story. If you do not agree with us, please let us know because I'm curious and I'm interested. I'm open for we both are open for everybody's opinions and why and how
Yeah.
comes. We are not the ones that be like, no, you got to think like this. No, we like to hear everybody's opinion and take it into consideration. So go check us out and we'll be back next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Like if you find something or we said something and you're like, well, wait a minute, what about? Let us know. Just be respectful about it because we don't tolerate disrespect. We're just saying. But anywho, yes, we're open.
Absolutely.
This is a safe space. Like absolutely, we like discord respectfully. That's it.
Yeah, we are respectful. We respect everybody's opinions and just remember these are our opinions, our thoughts, our point of views. And we've done a lot of deep dives into each story. We take a whole week and just deep dive into it. So this is one story that really freaking pissed me off so much. Not on the family, just the situation of how this girl is just handling everything, just to make that clear.
Right.
On how this is being handled, not on anything else. It's just her demeanor and stuff like that. So, like I said, our opinions, our views. It was a wonderful time, a wonderful night. We actually went over our time.
I
We
know.
actually, but this is a good story. But you can find us on anywhere. We are on Amazon Music, podcasting. We are on also iHeartRadio. We are on Spotify. So go check us out. Give us a like and. We'll see you guys all next week.
Absolutely.
Peace, everyone.
Bye.